Good to see you.
Hello.
This is, for those of you who don't know, this is Robert Bulio. He's a sick dude. He does photography and currently working manual labor, but just living your best life.
Yes.
What I wanted to actually talk about was the success that you've had thus far in your fitness journey. And then I also want to talk about where, like your expectations for the future and where you want to be going with the goals that you're going to set coming up, like you losing the weight, and then what you want to achieve with those goals. So I'll just start you off with when we first started training together, what was your main motivation for getting going?
Well, for me, like, I think I had a similar goal as you when you started training in high school. I was doing it for like vanity reasons, and I saw your post on Instagram actually, and it was like, yeah, vanity's not a bad thing when you want to get into fitness, and I was like, oh my god, finally someone said it, because I just wanted to work out to look better, but I didn't realize like how, like I knew like people were saying like, oh yeah, it makes you feel better too, but I didn't realize how like actually it does make you feel better. And then, so that's like kind of why I'm sticking with it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like the vanity reasons are like definitely why I got into it, and like a bonus with it for sure.
Yeah, man. Like it's interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes after I've been working with a client for a month or two, we'll actually start talking about relationships because we like talking about just about anything.
Yeah.
And just like one guy in particular, he like she says, well, that's why I'm getting into this. It's like I've never dated before, and like I want to get into this, and I just want to like lose weight, just feel more attractive.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because like when he said that, it's like he felt bad for saying that, for that being the reason why he wanted. It's like he felt bad about that. I'm like, dude, like trust me, you're not the first person.
Yeah.
Who's doing it for this reason?
Well, I find that so funny because like that's exactly why I felt bad. I felt the same way going into it, right? I was like, oh, I feel bad because I just want to date girl. I want it to be easier to like date girls and all that shit. But it's like, I think, I don't know where it comes from. Like obviously, like YouTube or like videos, fitness videos. But I think a lot of it comes there because a lot of the fitness people, or there's just, I know for sure a couple people have said it, like videos I've watched, but I think there's just that thing where it's like, don't do it because you want to look better and you want to get girls. You want to do it because you want to do it for yourself. It's like, well, okay, I don't know, but for me it was just like that wasn't strong enough of a motivator.
Yeah.
So I could never get into it, and then like I saw your vanity post and I was like, that's exactly what I want to do, and then I messaged you like right after that.
Yeah, I feel like I should make more content like that.
Yeah.
Like maybe not often, but like even once a year.
But like, you know what?
Just retouch upon
I don't like, people shouldn't be telling you what your motivation is to get into whatever you want to do. Obviously fitness is, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think there's like a stimulus, like not a stimulus, but like...
Yeah, so
Yeah, but there's just something like, it's like, you'll be a douchebag. It's like, okay, I'll be a douchebag, but I'll be healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, so, so you got into it for vanity. So how has that like turned out for you?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Like, what has that evolved into? Or, like, where, like, I don't know if that's a great question, but, like, what has it evolved into the vanity? Where has that taken you now, in terms of the vanity?
Well, and, like, for vanity reasons, like, obviously, I like the way I look. My, confidence is, like, way better than it was. It's still, like, obviously... I still have goals with it, like where I want to be, but then like that always changes, like because I reach that, but I don't realize it because my every day just like I want to see it progress into something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just a natural thing for me. But like, yeah, dude, like confidence, you know, I can talk to people easier. I think it's just because I feel stronger in myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I feel like I look better. And like, you know, like especially with girls, like I just feel like I can talk to them easier,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah,
being able
or-
to like integrate yourself socially
Well,
into the
like
community.
even if I'll even say this, I'll go as far as this, I can actually talk to them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But now, like, now that I can talk to them, now I can talk to them easier,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
that's like the next. That was like the next step. So the next step is like, I don't know.
Right. That's huge, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like I've had a similar experience in
Yeah.
that regard.
Yeah.
I feel like the conversations that I had post, you know, so following having made some gains in the gym, following that, I felt like that was definitely one of the key parts of me being able to have a conversation with a girl
Yeah.
while not just being anxious and not just like overthinking in the
Yeah.
back of my head. Like
Yeah.
I could genuinely engage in a conversation and like have control over my anxiety and
Yeah.
just have a genuine dialogue with the person
Yeah.
and genuinely like be interested in what they're doing as
Yeah.
opposed to like listening to like my own narration
Absolutely.
or like my own, you know, my own either anxious thoughts or
Yeah.
just irrational thoughts in general. Yeah, so it's just interesting that, you know, that we've shared that as a commonality. So let's just talk about where you like what's your next goal? Like why like what do you want to achieve? Like what's your largest motivator going forward?
Well, right now, you know, you know, I've lost weight,
Yeah.
but I still, you know, still have body things that I want to change about myself. Like I'm not as insecure as I was,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still things I'm like, yeah, there's some, like my love handles, for example,
Sure,
my
yeah.
hips.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I want to slim those down,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
in the next year, I'd like those to be like smaller than they
Mhm.
are now.
Mm-hmm.
But like mainly, right? But the main thing I want to focus on is like getting better at like hockey,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
So like just, you know, getting faster, you know, having a better stamina and endurance,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think honestly, like that's gonna help with like so many other things that I can't even think of right now.
Gotcha.
But I just feel like it's going like this next training program that
Mhm.
I'm working on is like going to be perfect because I'm pursuing hockey, but then with fitness
Mhm.
and just overall everything,
Mhm.
it's going to be way better for
Cool.
overall.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I am. So when the summer rolls around,
Mm.
I think it's going to be interesting to like once you've built a little bit more muscle, a little bit more strength. I think it's going to be interesting to see where we can get your body fat.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, then when that time comes, and
yeah,
we'll see where you've gotten, and then we'll
Yeah.
shoot for another goal after that.
yeah.
But yeah, that's
But like mainly it's just getting better at hockey or getting better at sports.
that's like your number one
Yeah,
motivator.
that's
right now.
number one.
Is it just because you're having a lot of fun playing hockey, or
Oh yeah, love it. I
That's
don't know why
awesome.
I didn't grow up playing it.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just having a blast doing it. You just want to get better
So
at it.
much fun, man.
Yeah.
yeah. I
That's
love
good,
it.
but like it's sick that you're like since you had become more fit from working out,
Mhm.
that kind of opened up that avenue for you to be able to play hockey at a level that you're like comfortable with,
Yeah,
and now you just want to get better. It's like interesting to see that fitness was like that that entryway
yeah,
to getting into hockey, and now you're also using it just to get better at hockey.
yeah. Exactly.
That's super
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've noticed since I have been training, like so before I used to work out playing sports, you know, I was kind of like always smaller and like weaker than
Yeah.
most people, which is fine. Like I was fast.
yeah,
I had a lot of agility, but I couldn't really like hold my own.
Yeah.
If I ever came into contact with anybody else,
yeah,
people could just push me off my feet.
yeah,
And then now it's crazy. Like if I ever go play like co-op or co-ed or whatever it's
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
like soccer,
yeah,
I'm just like, holy shit! Like
yeah.
I'll be like running with a ball, and like like in my head, I'm like, holy shit, I'm fast.
Yeah.
I'm like really fast
I'm
now.
doing it.
Yeah, literally. Like as I'm running, I'm like, God damn,
Yeah.
like, I'm going fast.
Yeah.
So it's like that's such a cool, it's just such a unique and cool experience.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it's gonna be so cool to see how far your hockey goes.
Yeah. Well, like the whole small stature thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm small too.
Right.
But playing hockey, like it's the league I play in. It's not like contact. Right.
Sure. Yeah.
But I get knocked over all the time
Yeah,
by the biggest guy.
Yeah, and like I'm not necessarily talking about like contact sports.
Yeah.
Although obviously it would benefit you in contact sports, but like even sports that are no contact, quote unquote no contact.
Yeah.
Kids are still you're always managing to outwork other people, and just by being bigger, it's like easier to like push you off the puck, or like in soccer, it's like easier to get around you. And, but like now it's like, okay, I'm 50 pounds heavier. I'm like 50% heavier than I used to be, and like now I can like actually like outwork people. Yeah. Like just positionally, I guess.
Yeah. Well, like the thing though is like because I feel stronger. Like I feel like I can put myself in those positions where like the biggest guys who are like they seem like they're 7 feet tall.
Right.
And just like I play with like a bunch of like older dudes, so their guts on them are like fucking huge.
Yeah, exactly.
But like these guys just like do that and they knock me.
Yeah,
right
you
over.
just can't move them. Yeah.
But I would before I was intimidated by that. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Now that I've done it like so many times, I just like skate, and then sometimes I'll just stop, and then I'll just like not hit these guys, but I'll just skate into them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And sometimes I'll knock them over, but like usually I'm getting knocked over.
Yeah. I mean,
but it doesn't scare me anymore.
I'm sure like it.
It's actually the fun part.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like a part of you that's like, I can lift 300 pounds. Like as you're getting into the situation, you're like, no, like I can for sure pick this person up if I really had to.
Yeah, with fitness, like now that I feel like stronger and more secure, like I know I can hold my own. Yeah, like I feel like I can hold my own, and like the last time I deadlifted, for example, right? Yeah, it was 335 for 2 without the belt. Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, I could probably still like do way more. Yeah, it's just, and that's like what the confidence is done, right? Because a lot of people are like, I think a lot of young men or men in general are like, okay, what's confidence? And it's like, I don't think they actually know what it is. And like what it is like just being, knowing that you can do something, right? And then when you work on that, is like, that's where you become happier and like more fulfilling, but you got to take those risks, right? And that's how you build the confidence. Yeah. I think that's a really good point to end off on. Yeah. We were only supposed to shoot for 5 minutes, but exactly.
We'll see.
I knew that wasn't gonna
We'll see how long. But anyways, so just because I need to practice. So for anybody who's watching, where can they find you on social media? Nowhere on social media. This guy does not have a. Like, I'm still gonna ask you that question, even if you still don't have any social media, but. Yeah, unfortunately, if you want to find this guy, you cannot unless you go to the hockey rink and you're able to find him in Calgary.
Well, I do have an Instagram page, but fuck, I don't.
That's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You want my number? Ask for me in person.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks, Aaron.
See everybody next time.